Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast. Hello.
Hi. Oh, I was going to say, I have like a kind of a bad cough, so if I'm like yakking.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sorry about it.
I'm just kidding.
Not doing the best.
No, I feel like you're always sick though. Remember that
Dude,
time
I
you were
know,
sick 3 weeks in a row?
3 weeks. That was insane. I think I need to start taking my supplements again because I used to take like
Yeah, maybe it's
vitamins.
that.
Yeah, I think my immune system's just because also with like all the traveling and then having to adapt to each like place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So
you can start with your highs and lows.
okay, let me think. Wait, what is today? Monday? Oh, I can't even think of anything honestly. Hi. Well, my sister's been here with my nephew, so I feel like, which I think I said last week, but
No, you didn't.
still my high. Oh no.
I don't think so.
Okay, well that's my high. My low is that they leave tomorrow,
Yeah, so
and I'm
sad.
so sad.
But hopefully you'll be there next month. August is literally next month. That's
Yes.
actually insane. Like
July,
summer's almost done.
dude,
Like
yeah.
because September like doesn't really count as summer to me.
Yeah.
Even though I'll be in Europe for like half of it, but like when I come back it's gonna be like fall weather probably. At least
Mhm.
here. Which is insane. Like I feel like we wait for like summer weather like most of the year since like we live somewhere
Yeah.
that's not like that. And then like when it's here, it just like
But here it's like not even summer weather.
it's not. It's like 30
No.
degrees here.
Well, I
I don't
don't
know
know
what
what that
that
is,
is.
but
It's like let me go search. It's like hot.
it's like
30 degrees.
humid and rainy. Like it just
Okay,
poured
no.
so hard right
It's
now. Like,
86 Fahrenheit
oh. Okay, I'll check what it is.
and like
It doesn't
sunny for the most part.
seem it
But I
doesn't
get what you
seem
mean.
hot. It's 74 and rainy. Ooh.
Okay. No, it's like well, now like the sun's gonna set soon, but for the most part it's somewhat sunny. But who knows? The weather fluctuates here so much recently, but it's because of
Yeah.
like global warming and all that shit. But
Yeah.
yeah. Was that
But
your low? Did you say that as your low, or what did you say? Or we didn't say
oh
anything about a
no.
low. I
No,
brought that up saying that you
I
would
said
be.
my
Yeah, yeah. Now I know what
my
I meant.
siblings are or my siblings. My sister and my nephew are gonna leave.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
and then I
then
brought
I
up
might
August.
go August,
That'll be
maybe.
fun.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do it because I'm just like I love the sun, I love the beach,
Yeah, and then
and
you get to like
Ohio's not doing it for me.
yeah,
So yeah, and then I get to work over there. So hopefully
yeah. And then you could build
hopefully
your
that
market
happens.
out there, and then when you move to
Yeah.
Florida like you want to, you already
Yeah.
have a market there.
Exactly. Period.
So yeah, and then you need your low. Oh no, you said you're low. Am I
I said my
okay?
love.
Okay, okay, it's my turn, my turn.
You're
I'm
high,
currently
you're
not
low.
okay. My low would be getting my period because my stomach hurts.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and then my
Which is funny
high.
because we literally normally get it, like, at the same time, I feel like.
Yeah. Well, I heard wait, scientifically proven, but it's not even like it doesn't even work this way. But when you spend a lot of time with someone, your period like gets
You
synced. But like we
sync,
don't even
yeah.
spend time with each other, but like
No, imagine 5
virtually.
girls in one house
Yeah, that's
when all of my
crazy.
sisters were, like, living together, like, it
You have
was
5? Oh
everyone
my god,
needed
yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
That's a lot. And then my low, oh no, I just said I'm actually not okay today. This is gonna be fun. Um, my high, I don't really have one. I got paid. That's my high
Yes.
because
I
I only
love
get paid
it.
once a month. So like,
Yeah.
but it's not like it really did anything for me. I got my money in my bank account and I was like, ooh, slay. And then after 5 minutes, I like distributed it other places. So
Right.
it was fun while it lasted. But the government is giving us money on Wednesday. They're giving each person like $230 for like the inflation of groceries or whatever, even though I don't really pay for my groceries, but I'm
Yeah.
literally gonna take it and put it towards my credit
Wait,
card, but it's free money.
lucky?
Yeah,
I
our
was just
government's
gonna
been doing
say
that a
that,
lot.
um, they didn't like, here in the States, I think
Mhm.
Biden wanted to put something in place to,
Is it
basically
for
hand
student
out free
loans?
money for student loans, yeah, and it didn't go through, so now
Yeah.
I gotta pay my
Do you
student
still
loan.
have student loans?
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
Yep.
That's the only
I
good
love
thing
that.
about living here, like, I mean, if I lived anywhere else in Canada, I probably would have, but just because ours is so cheap, like, I didn't have to do all that, which, like,
Yeah.
the only good thing.
Yeah, I mean, since I left early, like, I don't
It's
have
not as
as much as I
much
would, but and with
still.
all the scholarships that I got and whatever, it's not that bad, but still I have to pay.
Yeah. And
So
do you pay, like, every month or, like, how does it work?
so I was really banking on him
Mhm.
doing that, so I don't know how it works, but I think it's every month. Um, but then, like, interest gets added onto it, and it's just
Yeah.
like, I really don't wanna do that because then I'd be literally paying more for no reason.
Yeah.
So I might, I don't know, like, pay it not all at once, obviously, but, like, more
Like,
than
bigger
time.
chunks.
Yeah, bigger chunks,
Well,
hopefully.
yeah.
We'll see. Because then with all this traveling that I wanna do, I'm like,
Yeah.
that's really, puts a dent in my, travel plans.
Yeah. Because I feel like interest is also a lot of,
Mhm.
like, it's annoying,
Yeah, so annoying.
but
So we'll see.
yeah. Who is someone that always keeps you inspired?
I would say my mom, actually.
Oh, cute.
Ever since I was little, though, she's always been just, like, someone that I look up to,
Mhm.
especially when it comes to work. Like,
Yeah.
when she puts her mind to something, she, like,
Does it?
goes full force. Yeah,
Love that.
and I love that.
Yeah, that's
What about
good.
you?
Um, Honestly, Emma Chamberlain, which, like, might sound dumb because I actually don't
Ooh,
know her,
why?
but I feel like
Uh-huh.
she's just done so much with her, like, career, and it's only been, like, a short amount of time, so it's just fun to, like, see everything she's done, because
Yeah,
I feel like she was just, like, her personality reminds me of mine a lot, um, and, like, I don't know, it's just fun to see young people doing, like, crazy things.
yeah. I think it's so cool too, because like, I saw her, like, videos whenever I was she was, like, 16, right? When she
Yeah,
started
like, living at
YouTube?
home, like, with her dad painting and stuff, yeah.
But it's so cool seeing the transition, because she didn't just
Mhm.
she's not I don't know, like, I don't see her now as, like, a YouTuber.
Me either, I just see her
She's
as,
so
like,
much more than, like,
yeah.
not that just a YouTuber is a bad thing, but, like,
Mhm.
I don't know, the way that she
Yeah.
transitioned and grew was,
Mhm.
like, super, super cool.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, so that's my answer.
I love that.
But I guess going off Emma Chamberlain, today we're gonna talk about, what are we gonna talk about? What did I say? Oh, yeah. The risk of sharing your life on I'm actually not well today, apparently. We're gonna talk about the risk of sharing your life online, um, which I think is, like, a really important, like, topic and
Yeah,
a little bit of
a
a
great
scary one.
conversation.
Yeah. Um,
Definitely scary.
yeah, so I guess we could start off by, like, each talking about, like, how much we, like, share of our lives online. I feel like I share a lot, a little bit
Mhm.
less now, but I used to share, like, a lot more, which, like, I've kind of realized, like, maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. Like, I used to, like, film myself walking up my street and stuff because I was like, "Oh, like, no one follows me, it's fine." And then
Mhm.
now I've realized that, like, I mean, I have, like, 9,000 followers, like, compared to other people is not that much, but it's still, like, 9,000 people that can, like, see what I'm posting, and, like,
Yeah.
anyone can figure out what my street is based on, like, what I'm posting, so I've kinda, like, cooled down on that a bit. I try to not post exactly where I am in the moment too because
Yeah, yeah.
I've just, like, heard stories of, like, women posting where they are and then, like, people showing up and, like, killing them, which is, like, really scary
Yeah.
to think about. So I feel like I share a lot of my, like, life, but not a lot of, like, my surroundings.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
No, I do agree with the, like, not posting exactly where you're at. Like, you especially when it comes to traveling, like, if
Mhm.
I'm, like, at the airport, I'll post, like, when I get to the place that I'm
Yeah.
going to. Um, Also, though, just because I heard that, especially on TikTok, I've seen, like, you're not supposed to do that because then, like, stuff will happen, like, with your flights and stuff.
Oh,
I
I
don't know,
didn't.
because people will give you, like, the evil eye. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been seeing some weird TikTok, but so, yeah, I've, like, stopped doing that.
Mhm.
But then when it comes to, like, my personal life, I feel like I also just don't post a lot of and okay, like, my private life, like, situationships or
Yeah.
relationships or whatever, like, I would not post that. But, like, I'll post, like, my traveling stuff, and obviously, I like posting on Instagram and, like, curating my feed
Mhm.
to look a certain way, so it's like, I'll post a little bit of that, but not I don't get too deep.
Yeah.
At least
Uh,
not like, with this, though, I've gotten a lot deeper, I will say.
But I feel like it's different in a way. I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like podcasting is different to me than like YouTube and Instagram.
That's
But
true.
yeah, for like relationship wise, I used to share me and my boyfriend a lot more, but then I kind of didn't because I feel like people just like to butt their heads into places like they don't need to be. And I feel
Yeah.
like just keeping certain things private is just better in the end. But it's
Mhm.
funny because like people who know me before when I would post like a lot more about my relationship, when they see me, they're always like, "Oh, like are you guys together still? Because you never post anything
Yeah,
anymore."
yeah, yeah.
So that's funny to me. But also, yeah, like when I wasn't in a relationship, I didn't really post about like situationships, even though that's not what it was called at the time. Or like anything like that because I don't know. I just feel like not everything needs to be like public knowledge.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I don't really
No,
post that stuff.
I feel like, when I am in a relationship, I also wouldn't, like, post anything about it super, like, fast,
Like I feel
just
like
'cause you
here and
never
there
know
is
what's
like,
gonna happen.
yeah.
So
Like
it's
even though
like,
I've been with Chris for
I don't
like
know.
almost 7 years. And I
Mhm,
still don't post that much because I just feel like I don't know. And, like, I feel like for myself, I've, like, curated my brand around me, which, like,
mhm.
sounds I don't know. But, like, I feel like I don't know. Like, I'll post, like, here and there, mostly on, like, stories and stuff, like, whatever, but, like, on my actual feed, I also like to curate it in a way that, like, looks nice to me. So, like, pictures like
Yeah,
that sometimes, like, change it up.
yeah.
But, yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen in the future with that, but as of now, I'm just not getting into that.
Are you gonna be, like, a soft launch or a hard launch type of person?
No, soft, for sure.
Okay, so we'll see his hand one day just, like, in the corner of a picture.
Exactly. His hands or, like, his back or
Okay.
something.
Or his foot, maybe?
Maybe his foot, yeah. A
Okay.
little thigh
I'll be
action.
looking, I'll be looking.
Okay. We'll see
Um,
when that happens.
yeah. I feel like, yeah, like, it can be risky, though, because, like, I've heard, like, so many stories about it, and, like,
Mhm.
just, like, from Twitter and, like, TikTok and like, everywhere, like, I've just heard, like, people being followed or, like, a lot of bigger, like, YouTubers had to, like, move houses because like, they would have people break into their houses or they would
Yeah.
get stalked and stuff, and, like, it's just so crazy because when I was younger, like, I didn't really think about any of these things, and I've done, like, stupid things, obviously, in the past where I was like, "If I did that now, like, I would literally
Mhm.
be dumb." Um, but yeah, people are weird, and there's also a whole thing with, like, parasocial relationships, I think that's what it's called, when, like, people do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've heard of it,
So
but
it's kinda like if you take a celebrity, for example, like Emma Chamberlain,
mm,
and, like, I know her life because I follow her, so then it's as if I were to create, like, a scenario in my head where, like, we're actually friends and, like, whatever, so if I see her in the street, I'd be like think like we're friends, like, that's how
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
act. So, like, people can
Mhm.
follow you, even if you're not, like, a big creator, people can follow you and, like, create this, like, parasocial relationship and be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
like, Lauren's, like, my best friend," like,
right.
whatever, and
Oh,
then when they see you, in their head, like, you're best friends, but you could be like, "Who the
yeah,
fuck are you?" So, like, that happens a lot too with, like, a lot of, like, bigger creators,
yeah.
which is
Wait,
scary.
low key, that's actually happened to me before, and, like, I kinda feel bad, but, like, um, it's happened to me before, and then I, like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh my god, like, have I met this person?" And, like, we have met totally, like, just did not remember that
Mhm.
moment, so, like, I feel bad.
Have you met them in person before?
Like, I met them in person
Wow, that's kinda awkward.
briefly. Yeah.
Okay, like
But
yeah,
they think that we're, like,
really close.
really close.
I feel like that happens a lot with, like, people I've met on Twitter, especially,
Mhm.
like, at concerts, like, people, like, come up to you and they think, like, you're best
Yeah.
friends, and I'm like, I know who you
Right.
are, but, like, I don't really, like,
Right, right,
know
right.
you. Um, so, yeah,
Yeah, low key, it happens quite often.
yeah. Or, like, the other day, someone told me they're like or was it today? I don't remember. Someone from Twitter that, like, I don't really know, they were like, "You intimidate me, like, each time I talk to you, I feel like I have to be, like, really proper with you, like, you give me
Oh,
lawyer vibes," and I'm like, "Okay."
lawyer vibe.
Yeah, I was like, "In what way? How?" I feel like I'm, like, the least, like, lawyer vibes person, but that's just, like, how people, like, formulate you in their heads, which is, like, weird
Yeah.
to me because like, in my head, I would never, like, see myself as, like, a lawyer vibe in
Yeah.
any aspect. But yeah.
That's so funny. I do
Yeah.
get that, though. People think that I'm intimidating too.
Yeah, but I don't know I mean, I thought you were intimidating, but, like, at the beginning I think I've told you that already, though.
Yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah. But, like, people tell me that too, but, like, I
That
don't
is
know
because I
why.
have a resting bitch
But I
face.
never saw your face.
Oh, okay, but even my boss, when I was at school, used to be a resident assistant,
Mhm.
and, he told me that I have a resting bitch
Oh, yeah,
face.
everyone tells me that. But I feel like oh, because like, the people that, like, say this, like, they only see me on Twitter like, if they like, for example, a lot of it is people from Twitter, but, like, they only see my profile picture and, like, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know how I come off as, like, intimidating, but I guess I can't really say that because I said you were intimidating too, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you had a story you wanted to share?
Oh, my story. Well, yeah, so my, parents, actually both of them, well, no, it's my dad. He has, daycare business. Well, my mom has one too. Okay, anyways, my dad, though, his business is, like, posted online.
Mhm.
So, it's an at-home daycare, so his address is online, and I
Yeah.
live with my dad.
Mine is online too, which is
So
scary.
yeah. So, just keeping that in mind,
Mhm.
we used to have, like, this stalker, I guess. I'm gonna call it a stalker because every single night around, like, the same time, and it was, like, I don't know, like, 2 to, like, 4 AM, some random car, it used to be the same car, and then it started, like, transitioning to, like, different cars,
Mhm.
would come around my cul-de-sac, but, like, they wouldn't stop at, like, every single house. It would just be, like, they would stop in front of my house, they would turn into the cul-de-sac, and then, like, drive off really, really fast, but they would, like, slow down past my driveway and just speed off.
That's so
And so
weird.
at first, I was like, maybe it's, like, the mailman or something, even though we
At
don't
2
get
in the
mail.
morning?
Well, that's what the cops said because we had to call the cops. They were
Mhm.
like, "Maybe it's the mail person, whatever." I was like, "Well, we don't even get, like, the newspaper or anything."
Mhm.
That's what it was, the newspaper guy or whatever. And so I was like, "We don't even get, like, the news." And then, um so yeah, it just kept happening, and I remember my dad being like, "Well, you guys always share stuff online, like, what if it's, like, someone who is, like, obsessed with you guys or whatever?" Like, and then it just got me thinking that, okay, my address is also online, so it could be something like that, like, I don't know. But it's just really scary to think about. Thankfully, it
Mhm.
hasn't happened in a while. I think it's stopped like a year ago, but it's just like every single night, I literally
That's
couldn't
so
sleep. I
weird.
had so much anxiety with it. My sister too, really bad anxiety. And it's just like so scary to think about. Cause ever since I was little, I used to get I was like terrified of like people like kidnapping me. Like
Mhm.
I literally sleep with a knife under my bed. Like it's bad. So yeah, I was really scared.
Did I tell you I think I told you the story of when I let a man in my house when I was alone?
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that was the type of child I was.
Mhm.
So, I feel like we were really different.
Well, no, I actually did the same thing.
Oh my god,
'Cause my sister was
twins.
supposed to have, like, a play date or whatever. Well, it
Mhm.
was a play date. I don't know why I put air quotes on that. It was a play date. I was left home alone. Yikes. I was left home alone at, like, maybe 7. Um, I actually don't know where my mom was, but I remember her telling me not to open the door for anyone, and of course, I see
Whoa,
this
yeah.
man, and it was, like, a play date, whatever, so I was like, "It's my sister's friend." I opened the door, and then my mom came home and, like, freaked out, but
Was he at your house while your mom was there?
no, he left.
Okay,
I
thankfully.
don't remember anything after that, but apparently he got really mad that I was home alone and he didn't wanna leave his child alone.
Okay, so it was
So
the dad.
yeah, it was the dad. No, it was the dad,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But,
At
like,
least.
imagine if it wasn't, right?
Yeah, but that's why,
Yeah.
like, I'm like so I would think I was, like, 10 or 11, I don't actually know my age, and I
Mhm.
remember we had, like, a ped day, I don't know what it's called, like, when you don't have school. So it was just me by myself, and I was, like, 10 or 11, and I remember specifically, I was sitting on my couch, on my laptop watching Jersey Shore, okay? That's what I was doing because like, my parents didn't
Oh
want
my
me to watch
god.
it, so I would watch it when I was alone.
Iconic, literally.
And I remember I heard the doorbell ring and I was like, "Oh, like, who's that?" So I go look in the window and I see, like, this guy dressed in, like, a Bell I don't know if you guys have Bell, but a Bell, shirt. It's like a TV and phone provider. But, like, his
Okay.
car was a regular car. It wasn't no Bell car, but I was like, "Oh, he's wearing the uniform." So I'll go open the door, and then he was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
like, is anyone home?" And I was like, "No." Stupid. But I was like, "No." And then he's like, "Okay, can I come in?" And I was like, "Okay."
Oh, yeah.
Thinking he was, like, the bell worker. And I remember he just sat there on my couch and, like, twiddled his fingers in his pocket and then left, and that was it. And
Ugh.
then I told my mom was so mad at me. She's like, "You know, like, you coulda got yourself killed and all these things." And
Mhm.
yeah, so, I mean, that has nothing to do with online, but I feel like it's, like, the same thing type of thing, like, my name and, like, everything is online because of my business, and that
Mhm.
kinda scares me. Luckily, like, I've never had anything, like, weird happen with that, but, like, you, like, never know the risk, and I think it's, like, scary because, like, in your dad's case, I kinda get why his address is, like, on there because it
Yeah.
is, like, a at-home daycare, but, like, for
Yeah.
me, like, none of my business is, like no one comes to my house, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, why
Mhm.
does my whole ass, like, address and everything have to be, like, on the internet for everyone to see if, like, no one comes
Right.
here? But they were like they basically said that it's if I have to get arrested for my business things, like, people know where to find me, and I was like, "Oh, like,
Oh.
that's, like, really fun," even though, like, why can't the government just go into the directory themselves? But whatever. But yeah, it's so scary because, like, you never know, and there's weird ass people on the
Yeah.
internet. It's so scary because, like, you never know at the end of the day, like, who's watching your
Mhm.
stuff, and, like, you
Yeah.
hear all these stories about, like, stuff happening to other people, but, like, you never really think it'll happen to you, but, like,
Right.
you also never know at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think also not even with, like, address, but, like, phone numbers and emails and stuff.
Mhm.
Cause like, you can get, like, creepy ass emails, but also I was literally on my bank app and, like, I got, like, an alert, and it said that my email was found on the black web, so
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what to do.
Was this
Like
recent?
yes.
Oh my god, that's kinda scary.
Like, what do I even do? I can't even get a new email. I mean, I have, like, multiple emails, but, like, I use this email for, like, almost everything, so it's, like, annoying.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's kinda
I don't
scary.
know, but
The
it's like,
black web's
yeah,
a
it's
little scary.
scary. It's very scary.
Yeah, like, I've never personally been on it or anything like that,
Mm-mm.
but, like, it's kinda scary, yeah, but, I mean, see, the internet has its pros and its cons, so
Mhm.
but so something else, in the future, if you when you have kids and stuff,
Oh, yes.
would you, like, post about them? I feel like this is a very hot, controversial topic.
I would not post a lot. Like, family channels, for example. I used to want to be, like, a
Oh my god, me
family vlogger
too.
or whatever. 'Cause I grew literally my first, YouTube channel that I used to watch was Bratayley,
Okay, yeah.
and Haley was, like one of the kids, was, like, 4, and I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh my god, like, when I grow up, I wanna be like them and, post my kids, whatever," but now it's like, there's so many creeps on the internet, I would not I would never have a family channel, but I'm not gonna say I would never post my kids because I probably will, but not, like, all the time.
Yeah. No,
And
I
maybe
feel
just,
that.
like, a cute little picture on, like, Instagram or, like, in a dump or whatever, but, like,
Mhm.
not any
Yeah.
videos of, like,
Yeah, and
solely
it's
them.
it's scary because I would also watch, like, the Ace Family and all them, and at
Yeah,
first, like, I
yeah.
never thought anything of it, but the or, like, even what are they called? The Labyrinth Family? Is that
Yeah,
their
yeah,
name?
yeah. I think
And now
so.
that, like, I look at it from, like, a different like, an older perspective, I'm just like, that's kind of fucked up in a sense too that, like, they basically use their kids for views because, like,
But
99% of the
yeah, no,
time, you're
literally.
watching the videos to see the kids. Like, I don't give a shit about the parents, like, half the time when I would watch, I'd be like, "Oh my god, like, the kids are so cute, blah, blah, blah." And then also, like, when you blow up, it's like you're kinda just, like, putting them into this world that, like, you don't even know if they wanna be in it, which, like, is kind of,
Yeah.
like, a difficult thing to, like, navigate. Cause like, I get it when, like, you're, like, a social media, like, person, like, your life is, like, a lot online and, like, there are certain things in your life that you can't hide, like, you can't hide your kids type of thing.
Right.
But, like, to base your whole, like, personality around them, I think that's a little, like,
Yeah,
too
and also they're,
much.
like, making money off of those videos, so it's like they're
Yeah.
making money off of their kids.
Yeah, and I'm like, I
It's like
wonder how
they're
much,
too
like
little to, like, even I mean, I hope they're opening accounts up for them
I
and
hope so, but I'm
getting
sure
they're
they're
getting
not all
paid, but
doing that.
exactly.
Like, I know this one person on TikTok, I think they're called, like, the Mom Trotter or something, they live in a van with their husband and their
Uh-huh.
kid, and, like, each time their kid's in, like, a brand deal or something, like, they get, like, half of the money and, like, it goes into, like, his, like, savings bank account or whatever, so I think, like,
Mhm.
that's, like, a smart way to go about it if you really need to, like, profit off your kids, but I'm
Right.
sure there's, like, some family channels that, like, don't put money aside for their kids or, like, give them
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, it's just really strange. I know there's, like, a lot of, people on TikTok who post, like who, like, their content is solely their kids. This one person in particular, she posts videos of her daughter's, like, outfits, like, outfit
Mhm.
videos, and the amount of saves
Was it
that the
Ren?
videos Yes, the amount
Okay,
of
yeah. It's
saves that she
scary.
gets is so ridiculous to me because and she's, like, wearing, like, little crop tops and whatever, and, like, if you're a normal, healthy human, you're not gonna look at that and think, something different. It's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, she's cute, a cute little girl, whatever." But, like, there are creeps on the internet, and they save that for other reasons, so it's just like,
Yeah.
it breaks my heart, and that's part of the reason why I would never well, I can't say ever, but I don't want to post my
But you
kids on
would
the
think about
internet.
it more. Like, I feel like, like, no shade to the mom, I don't actually know her, but, like, she would post. I feel like she kinda gave into it sometimes because she would post, like
Yeah. Or, like, reading all those comments and she still does it.
yeah, or,
It's
like,
like
posting her daughter, like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. Just, like, there were certain things, like, after that, like, she would
I
still
know what you're talking
do
about. I
or,
know what
like,
you're
showing her, like, in a bathtub, but, like, zooming in like, it was just weird, like, I was just like,
Mhm.
I don't know, like
Like, feeding into the comments because people were like,
yeah, because she was like, "Oh, shit," like, I mean, I don't
or, like,
actually know what she
certain
was
faces that
thinking,
she
but, like
made or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah. It
yeah.
just makes me mad.
Yeah, it's just, like, sad and, like, scary because, like, I don't know, like yeah, I can't also say, like, I would never but, like, I know for a
Yeah.
fact that I would never start, like, a family channel or, like, show
Yeah.
them, like, that much if I ever had kids, um, so, yeah. I feel like it's, like, too much.
Yeah. Especially also because like, all of that lives on the internet forever, so
Forever,
it's
like,
like
even if you delete it,
yeah.
like, it's gonna be there still, like, people saved it or people screenshot, people probably screen record too, like,
Yeah.
it's scary.
Yeah, I agree. There's some crazy shit out there, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's scary, and, like, do you ever think about sometimes? Okay, I don't know, like, maybe, like, my head is, like, big or something, but, like, sometimes I walk around and I'm like, I wonder if, like, anyone actually know like, it's gonna sound so conceited because, like, whatever, but, like, cause like, sometimes, like, I walk and, like, I'm like, "Oh, shit," like, I noticed, like, someone like, from TikTok or something, like, "Oh, I've seen them on TikTok before," like, and but they don't
Mhm.
actually know me. I wonder if, like that's ever happened to, like, us. Like, someone walked by us, like, anywhere and was like, "Oh, like, I actually know them," but, like, from TikTok or from, like, YouTube or Instagram or wherever the
Oh,
heck.
that's interesting.
I've only started thinking about that recently, like,
Yeah. Well, I
like,
feel like it
"Oh,
would more so happen for you than me because you actually have a YouTube channel and, like, followers.
you never know." It
Probably.
happened to me once, like well, it happened to me when I had a Stan account, but, like, I don't count that. Like,
Mhm,
actually, like, from my YouTube and stuff, I remember I went to, like, this thing called Playlist Live in, like, 2016 or something, or 2015, I don't even know. And it's, like,
mhm.
a convention for, like, YouTubers and stuff like that, and I was going as, like, a fan because, like, I wasn't invited or anything. And I remember when I was leaving, someone came up to me and they were like, "Oh, like, Amanda," and I had no idea who they were. And they were like, "Oh, like, I follow you on YouTube, whatever," and they asked for a picture with me, which is, like,
Oh my god.
weird. But, like, yeah, like, I
So
wonder, like,
weird.
if anyone, like, just, like not even, like
Oh, sorry. I
mhm,
actually do that happened actually once in Europe,
mhm,
um, when I went, for Leah's tour. It was, like, I think a couple days after Madison posted me on her story, because like,
yeah,
I was her for Halloween to recreate this one picture.
mhm.
Um, but then these girls came up to me and they were like, they recognized me from her Instagram, which
Like,
is
isn't
so
it weird?
crazy. It is weird.
So
And they
then I
asked me
think
for a
about it, cause
picture,
like,
so
even if you, like, have, like, one viral TikTok or something like that, like, I always wonder,
yeah,
like, has people seen my face before? And, like, I don't know. It's just weird to think about, cause like, I've seen so many people before, and, like, I'm sure, like, if someone I've seen a lot, like, if they walk by me, like, I'll be like, "Oh, like, I've seen them before." I don't know. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
something to think about.
Yeah, that's actually weird. I haven't thought about it,
Oh, now
but
you
I will
can.
now. I know, I'm, like,
Everywhere you go.
super observant now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. 'Cause, like, I don't even know when I started thinking about this. I was, like, in a room, and there was, like, so many people around me, and, like, I'm just, like, weird. I like to, like, observe people sometimes, and I just sat there, and I was
Mhm,
like, I wonder if I've ever, like, come across any of these people or if, like, I've seen them before.
mhm.
And yeah, that's that. That's what I think about.
Solid.
Yeah. Um, I guess to end it off, I posted polls on our
Oh,
stories of, like,
yes.
questions. Um, yeah. So the first one was, do you share your life online? And like 80% said yes and 20% said no. Um, I think it's valid. I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't like to share their life online, which is like it makes sense to me. I feel like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's scary. It's like a scary
It is
thing to do
scary.
because like people perceive you a lot online. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's scary.
yeah. I think for some people, though, it's just, like, they just choose what they want to post and
Hmm.
put out,
I mean,
so it makes it
I kind of
less
do that
scary.
sometimes. I feel like
Yeah.
it depends what platform you're looking at me on. 'Cause it
Yeah, that's
changes,
true.
like, on YouTube, like, I'm like, much more vulnerable and, like, post whatever.
Open.
On,
Mhm,
like, Instagram, I'm more, like, curated and, like, if I hate something, like, I'm never posting it or, like, it's never seeing the light of day.
mhm.
Now on TikTok, I kinda shit post, so I think it depends, like, where you look at me on.
Yeah.
The next one everyone agreed with is, do you think it's risky to be a public figure nowadays? Which, like, it really is. It's so scary, like, do you
Yeah.
remember Christina Grimmie?
Yes. Oh, I
That
loved her.
was me too, and I was, like, so sad when, like I remember I was on Twitter that night when everything went down, and I was
Mhm.
like, "That's so scary."
So sad. Wasn't it at a meet and greet that that happened?
Yeah, it was at a meet and greet, and, like, I mean, there is the bigger issue of, like, gun violence and stuff, but, like,
Yeah.
still, it's so, like, scary because, like, you think, like, a meet and greet, like, for yourself is gonna be, like, a safe space, and, like, everyone's there for you, and then for someone to,
Mhm.
like, do that is really scary.
Yeah. Even with, like, it doesn't even matter the amount of, like, security you have, like,
Mhm.
or if you, like, don't post yourself in those, like, when you're at, like, a specific place, so you post, like, a little after, whatever. It doesn't even matter. It's just, like, anything could happen, and it is so terrifying.
Yeah.
And I feel like with celebrities, I think that they just don't have they have a lack of privacy,
Yeah.
and I feel bad for them because they're human beings.
No, yeah, like, for example, for Madison, I feel like every store she goes to, everyone's like, "Oh, can we take a picture of you, like, with a
Mhm.
bag from our store?" And, like, I get it in, like, a marketing perspective, like, it's good to be like, "Oh, like, these celebrities come to our store." But at the same time, I'm like, they can't even, like, shop without, like, having
Yeah.
to be, like what like, sometimes when I go shopping, like, I look like a mess, like,
Yeah.
I don't want no one to, like, take pictures of me type of thing,
Mhm.
and it's like they
Or
don't even
like
have, like, a space to, like, just, like, do.
yeah, like, I could never just like, I could never be a celebrity because if I wanted to go grocery shopping, I'm not gonna get all cute to just go get, like, watermelon.
No, exactly, and, like, the thing is, like, when celebrities don't dress cute and they're out in public and then there's paparazzi pictures, people are like, "Oh my god, like, what's wrong with them? They're disgusting, like, blah, blah, blah," as if, like,
Yeah.
you don't fucking look like that when you go
Right,
places, like,
exactly.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think people put celebrities on too high of a pedestal, and then they just, like when, like, something not that they do something wrong or, like, if they look a certain way or whatever, make some form of a mistake, then they're just, like, such a terrible human being, when
Mhm.
it's like, "Okay, but, like, imagine you being followed around with cameras, like, you're obviously making the same mistakes, just
Mhm.
no cameras around," like
Yeah, like, that happened with Justin a lot. I remember, like, because I
yeah,
think, like,
yeah, I
people just
remember.
didn't realize he was, like, a teenage boy type of thing, like, when he peed
Right.
in a bucket and stuff like that, like, that was, like,
Mhm.
the biggest controversy ever. Or, like, even recently when he yelled at a paparazzi saying that he was gonna punch him, like, I, like, get it, like, recently when he, like, yelled at a paparazzi saying he was gonna, like, punch him or something because he kept coming too close, like, people are always like, "Oh my god, like, he has no manners," or things like that, but, like, I feel like if I was followed around for, like I don't even know how many years he's been, like, in the spotlight anymore. But I
Yeah.
feel like it just gets tiring, especially, like, when they're in your face asking, like, stupid questions. Like, I know they always ask him, like, if he's still in love with Selena and stuff like that,
Selena,
which, like,
right,
it's just,
yeah.
I don't just take a fucking picture and leave. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I have, like, a
I
mixed
get
thing on paparazzi.
I was gonna say, I get that it's a job for them, and you do you, like, if you need to do that to, like, feed your family, I get it,
Mhm.
but, like, there's a boundaries that you can't cross, and I feel like a lot of them cross that, and it's
Yeah.
just I appreciate the people who I think his name is Fletcher. I think that's his name.
Is it from
One he
Hollywood Fix or
yeah,
something?
which I
Yeah.
think he's really chill and just, like, he knows not to, like, step
Yeah, because,
over,
like,
like
I feel like at the end of the day, if you have, like, a good relationship with these people, like, they'll be more
yeah,
willing to, like, okay, give you the picture that you need and, like,
right, exactly.
then leave, but, like, if you're, like, rude to them or, like, too invasive, like, I don't know, I would never wanna be a paparazzi ever. I feel like it's also such a tough job because, like, 90% of the time you're sitting in your car waiting
Mhm.
to see where people like, it's weird to me, it's like
You're, like,
stalking, but, like,
scoping
you
them
get
out.
paid.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, I know,
Mm,
like I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. I know people who stalk celebrities and don't get paid, and I think
Yeah,
that's even
I was just
weirder.
gonna say that, like, maybe they should go for that type of job or something, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know, I don't think it just, like, doesn't appeal to me, like, if I wanna be with celebrities all the time, like, I'd rather just be famous and, like, be with celebrities instead of, like, chasing them down.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Which I know that a lot of people will say that, like me, um, traveling
mhm.
is like stalking or like
I think there's a difference, like,
is
if
there
okay, so, like
I mean, I think there's a difference,
yeah,
but
I
I
mean,
know
here,
that
I'm gonna put this
people are
into
gonna come up
perspective.
with
I mean,
that.
yeah, people tell me I stalk Madison too, but
Yeah.
I feel like I mean, you already went to Europe, but I'm gonna say, like, if we went to Europe, like, there's a difference if I go to her shows
Mhm.
versus finding her hotels and, like, trying to find
Right,
her in the streets. Like, I feel like those are
right.
2 different things because, like, a show is, like, public knowledge, so, like, everyone knows, like, that's happening. But, like, if I show up at her hotel and stand outside for, like, 6 hours, like, that's the difference. Or, like, if I see her, like, post that she was somewhere and, like, I run there,
Right.
like like, that's stalking to me. Or, like,
Yeah.
if it's not even a show and I just know she's gonna appear somewhere and I fly there, like, that to me is stalking. Like, I don't know.
Or, like, solely going one place just because you know that this person goes there,
Yeah.
and then you, like, creep around and look,
Yeah.
and then just dip when the person's not there.
Yeah, like, I feel like
Bro.
at the end of the day too, like, the 2 times that I ran into Madison, like, out and about, like, I wasn't looking for her.
Yeah.
And I feel like that I don't know. I don't know, like, that's when people said I was stalking her because I ran into her, but I was just like, I don't have
Yeah.
time for all that or the energy for all that.
No,
Like
absolutely not.
and I don't even know how people find that stuff out anyways, like,
I
at
know,
all. Like, how do
right?
you know where people are? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, it's a lot.
interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's the scary thing about the internet because you can find where people are. I don't know how, but apparently you can.
I guess so. Down to
Yeah.
the hotel they're staying at.
Uh-huh. I think that's
Freaky
different.
shit.
That's like because I can't say I won't ever travel for people, but I don't think that's stalking. So,
Yeah, I
fight
agree.
me. Like, if I go to Europe and you see me at her hotel, then okay, like, come after me. But I know I won't do that, so
Okay, yeah, unless you literally booked the same hotel. Cause okay, there
yeah.
was one time I booked the same hotel. Literally, well, I wasn't even the one who booked it, so, like, I don't know what happened there, but I had no idea that she was staying there, and I look over and I see her boyfriend, and I didn't go up to her or whatever because that too is like,
It's
she's out
weird.
there eating breakfast, like, I'm not gonna go up to her.
Yeah.
So I just
Yeah.
let her be. I was gonna see her tomorrow, but it's like,
But they're like, that's where people don't know boundaries.
yeah, but then also people are, like, telling me that I'm a stalker for doing that. I'm like,
How are you supposed
I
to
had
know?
no clue that she was staying there.
Like, see, if we go, I'm gonna look for the cheapest hotels. Like,
No,
that's what I'm gonna do.
exactly.
How I'm not like,
Yeah.
I feel like she would stay at, like, bougie ass places anyways. So, like, I can't afford that. So, how I would
Yeah,
never, like, think that, like, I would be at the same hotel as someone. But,
right.
oh my god, ew. If that were to happen to us, I can already, like,
I can't
feel
even imagine the
feel it. They're gonna be like, "Oh my god,
yeah.
like, she's trying to find her room." Like, I already know, like, that's the stuff that's gonna be
She's trying to
said.
find her
They're
room.
both trying to, like, sneak into her room. Oh my god. Oh my god, that would
Yeah,
totally be
listen,
what
I
happened.
got it before. I got that hate or whatever. That's also why I, like, kinda got off Twitter. I was like,
Mhm.
"Mm, kinda not a vibe."
No. I'm like, either way, like, I don't really care what people say anymore, like,
Oh, yeah, no.
what you gonna
100%.
do? I'm not gonna stop living my life because people say stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
agreed.
Yeah. The next one was, would you ever consider being open and vulnerable online? And 78% said yes, and 22% said no. Which, like, I think,
It's a very hard thing
yeah, I
to
feel like,
open up, be
yeah.
vulnerable. Obviously, it's different, like you said, on each platform. I don't really open up on, like, Instagram or whatever. Like, for real, this podcast is, like, the only place where I've really, like, opened up,
Mhm.
and to me, still, it's just, like, a conversation that we're having. Like, I still feel like then, but it's just, like, hard to, like, actually, like, think about that. But, yeah, it's, like, the place where I guess I'm the most open.
Mhm. I feel like for me, it's, like, easier to be open in, like, online spaces than in person. Like,
Mhm,
with my family and friends, I'm not very open, I don't really show emotions or anything like that, but people think, like, I'm heartless because I don't cry much or anything, but I feel like it's just
mhm.
hard to, like, do that. But, like, when I do
Yeah,
it, like, online, I don't realize people watch it. Like, in
right.
my head, it doesn't register because I don't, like, see people, like, present
Actually, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's different, I don't know.
Yeah. I think
But
it's
it is
also
hard.
easier, like, you're just, like, talking into a camera, so
Mhm.
you, again, don't see, like, everyone's faces, especially, like, how many ever people are, like, listening or watching,
Yeah.
so it's just different.
Yeah. And then the last one is what we spoke about already. Do you agree with Family Channel showing off their children at young ages? And 10 said no and 1 said yes. So I feel like it's kind of clear on that. I
Yeah,
just yeah. I mean, I honestly don't watch any of them anymore.
yeah. Me
There's
either,
only
I don't.
one people I watched. I don't remember their name. They're from
I lied.
Canada.
Okay, yeah.
and I think it's their name was, like, Sarah and Twins or something like that,
Mm,
and, like, she would post her and her twins during quarantine and stuff, and I watched that, but,
mhm,
like, other than that, like and I don't watch her anymore only because I kinda got tired of it, but
mhm.
I don't really, like, religiously watch any, like, family channels or anything like that.
Yeah, the only one, like, I occasionally watch, her name's Bramty, and I think
Okay.
they're from Florida, and they have 3 kids. They're just really funny. She's really funny. They're Hispanic, so,
Mhm.
some of their jokes, they're just, like, so funny. But I watch it for her and not the kids, so,
Yeah.
yeah. And not I don't watch it all the time. I really haven't watched YouTube in, like, a while.
Me either.
Yeah, I feel like
Like, I'll
there's
only
just
watch,
not.
like, things that, like, catch my eye,
Yeah, exactly.
but I'm mostly on TikTok
Mhm.
or, like, actual, like, Netflix TV shows or stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I'm, like, really getting into movies. I mean, I've always loved movies, but, like,
Mhm.
I watch that more than shows or, like, YouTube.
Yeah. It kinda varies for me. Like, it depends. I got in, like, a binge and I watched Manifest in, like, a week, and I just finished it today,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I like movies because I can watch them in one sitting, and then TV shows I have to, like, keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know, like, where that went, but yeah.
I don't either.
But I think that's all we wanted to talk about, really. At the end of the
Yes.
day, just, like, be cautious of what you share online, because like, whether you have 100 followers or you have 100,000,
Mhm.
you never know if one of those people can be, like, a creepy psycho and comes and tries to find you, so just be careful.
Yeah. And just also be careful with, like, how you choose to use your social media, even if you don't have a platform, because like, people are
Mhm.
watching. I don't know. Just be
Yeah,
careful, be cautious.
yeah. Well, thank
I
you
think
guys
that's all.
for yeah, thank you for listening. You can follow us on all of our socials that are linked below. You can follow or subscribe to this podcast, leave a review,
Leave a review, yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
We'll see you next week.